crash down to help us rebound, okay? Few goals. Trust each other. All right. Play quick, but don't be in a hurry. Play quick, but don't be in a hurry, all right? Again, I think now you're getting two teams that are somewhat similar with the possession battle, all right? So turnovers and rebounds become really important. We need to be +7 in the turnovers, +3 in the offense.
You're watching Big 12 now on ESPN+. Welcome to the Coliseum in Morgantown, West Virginia for tonight's showdown between the Mountaineers and visiting Houston Cougars. Nick Farrell here, and we'll hear from our analyst Meg Bulger in just a moment. You heard the message from West Virginia coach Mark Kellogg a moment ago. Play quick, but not in a hurry. These are two guard-laden teams who love to amp up the pressure. Should be in for a fun one tonight in the Big 12 Conference. Player to watch for the visiting Cougars of Houston is Layla Blair against TCU. She paced the Cougars with a career-high 33 points as Houston defeated TCU 77-66. Meanwhile, West Virginia will match up with Layla Blair with their very own J.J. Quinterly, who became the 40,000-point scorer in West Virginia history against UCF in a game that the Mountaineers won 76-59. Now we go to Meg Bulger, who's with West Virginia coach Mark Kellogg.
Coach, Houston's a scrappy team defensively. How do you ensure that they can't establish that pressure early?
Well, hopefully, if they can't score, they don't pressure nearly as much. So we need to be dialed in defensively to limit their points, and then we can free flow into offense. If not, and we're taking the ball out all night long, they're going to be pressuring us for 40 minutes.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the first half. Nick?
And thank you, Meg. Quinterly coming off a 21-point performance against the Knights on the road, taking down her former head coach and associate Knights head coach Mike Carey. She's had 21 or more in 8 of West Virginia's 16 games. Fourth all-time meeting between the Mountaineers and Cougars, the first as members of the Big 12 Conference. West Virginia has won all 3 games in this series. The most recent meeting was back in 2011. Cougars in black with red trim. West Virginia in home whites are referees for tonight's action. Gina Cross, Jesse Dickerson, and Ashley Good. Mountaineers 14-2 overall, 3-2 in the conference. Cougars 11-5 overall, and 2-3 in the league in their first year as members of the Big 12. We're underway here in Morgantown at the WVU Coliseum, where the Mountaineers are 8-1 this season. Meanwhile, Houston 2-3 in road games in this campaign. Cougars have yet to win a conference game on the road. Opening possession here for Houston, 6 to shoot. This is Layla Blair. Blair has it ripped away by Kaya Watson, and here come the Mountaineers. This is Jordan Harrison with the scoop and score in transition. And right away, West Virginia goes to the press. We'll see both of these teams apply pressure throughout the night. 5th straight game with these starters for 10th-year head coach Ron Hughley of the Houston Cougars. Bria Patterson, Nia Boyd, Layla Blair, Cameron Jones, and Peyton McFarland. Meanwhile, for West Virginia, 17 games with the same starting lineup this season. As Quinterly goes inside to Lauren Fields for the 3.
It's a great possession from West Virginia offensively. J.J. Quinterly reads that back door, kicks it out, go inside, outside, and Lauren Fields knocks it down.
Bang, that's been a point of contention for this West Virginia team. Coach Kellogg said that before the UCF game, the Mountaineers just have been shooting too many three-pointers, but he says if they're going to take threes, they want to still get interior touches before popping it outside.
No, I think that's exactly right. And they shot 12 of 43 at Iowa State. That's just too many, especially when the numbers aren't there. But as you mentioned, Nick, great job. You get it inside and out as you see how tough Boyd takes it to the basket there on a miss.
Hey, let's hear your keys for the visiting Houston Cougars as Harrison throws that one out of bounds.
They've got to limit turnovers. We know that West Virginia is top in the country at forcing turnovers and getting steals, and they've got to force an up-tempo pace. We heard Coach Hughey tell us that last night, that whoever can dictate the pace of this game is going to come out on top.
What about your keys for the Mountaineers, who are trying to string back-to-back wins together?
Well, they got to control the boards on both ends. I think this is a great opportunity to kind of build that confidence inside, especially they've been getting out-rebounded the last 2 games. And I think they need to handle pressure. We know that this is a scrappy Houston team defensively. They have to handle that pressure well, execute on the offensive end.
That was Lauren Fields with a deflection on the baseline as Peyton McFarland tried to turn and score. Possession stays with the Cougars, who trail by 5. This is Blair, who's coming off a career-high 33 in the win over the Horned Frogs. Around to Nia Boyd. She's got to get a shot off, unaware of the shot clock. And a turnover. Second Cougars turnover in the first 2+ minutes.
Yeah, that's a tough mental error right there that you can't afford to make, especially on the road. You're coming into a big crowd, nice crowd here in Morgantown. You got to be aware of that shot clock. That's just an unforced error.
A little bit of pressure here from the Cougars, and Meg, you mentioned it a moment ago, both these teams in the top 5 in the nation in steals forced per game. West Virginia leads the country with 14.7 steals per game. Houston just behind, number 5 in the nation in that category. Mountaineers also forcing 25 turnovers per game on average. Entry pass to Watson, foul on Houston's Blair. First personal for the 5'8" senior.
Yeah, she's not going to like that call at all, but Quinterly kind of lays it out there. As you can see, Quinterly's going to have to come off a series of picks. You're going to see her make a lot of cuts around the elbow to get open because Boyd's doing one heck of a job defensively on her.
This is Blackston inside, might have been partially blocked. McFarland with the rebound. Boyd pulls the trigger from beyond the arc, and the Cougars are still scoreless. Here's Quinterly, the 40th 1,000-point scorer in Mountaineer women's basketball history. Tough pull-up from J.J. Hugh.
Well, that was tough because Patterson, I thought she was doing a great job defensively. 5'11", very long arms, really defending nicely with her length, but that's just what Quinterly does.
Blair inside, on a contact, offensive foul. And just like that, Layla Blair, who's Houston's leading scorer, averaging 17 points per game, has picked up 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, just looks extremely frustrated, understandably so, with 2 fouls early on. That elbow just goes entirely too high as she's trying to make that kind of step-through move there against Harrison.
So the grad student, Brittany Onyeje, comes into the game for Blair. Quinterly draws another foul as she goes inside on Cameron Jones, the senior from Magnolia, Texas.
You kind of keep an eye on how this game is going to shift with 6 minutes, 26 seconds left with Blair going to the bench. I mean, she's coming off a 33-point performance, the leading scorer there for Houston. They're going to have to figure out a way to get some points.
Mountaineers turn it over. That's their second turnover.
You can tell, Nick, you mentioned that their point of emphasis has been to get it inside before outside, and 2 of their turnovers have come from trying to force the ball inside, which I'm sure Markello will take.
Onyeje, who just came off the bench, can't connect from 3. Cougars 0 for 3 from beyond the arc in the opening 4 minutes. Here's Jordan Harrison, who averages 14 a game for West Virginia, second leading scorer on the roster. Gets to Kaya Watson in the corner. That's a good look at a 3, but it's a bit strong. This is Nia Boyd to the free throw line. Inside to Peyton McFarland. Can't get it to drop. And the Cougars go one and done again. Here's Quinterly, one of the top 5 scorers in the Big 12, averaging 18 a game. To Harrison, missing again from 3. Cougars go back inside to Peyton McFarland against Kylie Blackston. And again, the Cougars get 1 shot, and West Virginia pulls down a defensive board. Blackston inside, rejected. And a tie-up. Possession will stay with the Mountaineers.
And Houston, in theory, really should not be getting anything up in transition right now. Not sending a lot of people to the basket for rebounds. You got to get back defensively. Kind of left out there, and we're able to slow down Kylie Blackston.
Ron Huey is in his 10th season as the head coach of the Houston Cougars. Spent about a decade as an assistant coach at various Power 5 stops before joining the staff of Houston as Kylie Blackston becomes West Virginia's 4th scorer in the opening 5 minutes. 9-0 Mountaineer run to begin this game. West Virginia dropped 2 in a row in Big 12 action to Texas at home and then Iowa State on the road. Bounced back against UCF Saturday, looking to make it 2 in a row and defend home court once again. Quarter 3 for the Cougars. They are ice cold from beyond the arc. 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 4 from three-point range. Fields traveled, and that will bring us to our first timeout. All West Virginia here in the opening period. Mountaineers lead Houston 9-0.
Trend Styles. Find all the final touches, and with free delivery, get everything you need when you need it.
Know you. If you want to live, you have to trust me.
What is going on?
I can see the future. Let's try letting it.
Those girls have no idea the power they can unlock. I will kill them first.
Get down!
Madam Web, exclusively in movie theaters February 14th.
We out here down here communicating with the shit. Everybody looking around and pass the ball easy. Get there, I want to. They just put it right here. They get out. They just let them bully you.
Inside the Houston huddle with 10th-year Cougars head coach Ron Huey. His Cougs trail the Mountaineers 9-0 in the first quarter. Dick Farrell and Meg Bolger here with you. Meg, we mentioned it earlier, both of these teams really like to press guard-laden teams. Both of them turn teams over at a high clip. But for Houston, one of the issues this season has been fouling. They do send teams to the free throw line at a higher rate, and that's an issue early here as Layla Blair, the team's leading scorer with 17 a game, picked up 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, leading scorer, and especially right now, you're shooting 0 of 8 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, and you heard Coach Huey say, we're getting looks. We're just not connecting and not doing a great job on the boards, too, right now. These are kind of scrappy points right now. That's a good, coming out of a timeout, that's a good possession right there from Houston, showing a little fight, because you're going to have to get those second chance points. You're going to have to offensive rebound. You got to be scrappy right now.
Cougars retain possession here after the tie-up. They'll trigger it from the far side on the baseline. Quick release in the corner by Malia Johnson, who just checked in. Mountaineers will have the ball. Boyd, Onyeje, Johnson, McFarland on the floor for Houston as it's the 4th team foul now for the Cougars. The first on Brittany Onyeje, the transfer from UCF.
There's 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Houston has yet to even get 2 points. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. I mean, West Virginia's playing great defense, but I think they're forcing some uncomfortable shots from Houston, and nothing has even looked like it's headed in and out. Most of their shots have been cranking off the rim, really.
West Virginia with 4 different scorers. Just 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. It was hit by Lauren Fields. Starting 5 still on the floor for WVU. Here's Quinterly from the wing. Rebound is tipped and then collected by the Cougars. Houston very good defensively. West Virginia perhaps better. That's what the stats say at least. Mountaineers lead the nation in steals per game and turnover margin. Great block by Jordan Harrison. And a great feed, too, to Watson. A lot of contact, legal contact down low. Mountaineers will keep possession.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what Gina Cross is saying to Coach Huey right now. Hey, there was some contact down there, we let it go. There's some contact down here, we let it go. Welcome to the Big 12.
It is a physical
It's going to be
league.
tough.
It is a physical league, and that's something Coach Kellogg was talking about this week too, Meg. Jordan Harrison and J.J. Quinterly are two small guards, right?
Yeah.
Harrison 5'6", Quinterly 5'8". They take a beating against these types of teams. Good ball fake by Quinterly. She doesn't get the finish. Houston ball.
Yeah, you got to be a strong guard in the Big 12 when you're taking it in there.
Cougars still looking for their first bucket. They trail 9-0 here in the first quarter at the Coliseum. That one's short from Boyd. The Cougars are now 0 for 12. Meanwhile, West Virginia hasn't scored the last 2 minutes, 20 seconds. One for its last 7. Make no mistake about it, these are two defensive teams, right? But the scoring will come for West Virginia. Kylie Blackston, basket and the foul.
And that's a nice take from Kylie Blackston, just showing a little bit of what she can do. She can hit the 3 as well, but to be able to bring out McNeil that far away from the basket, sees the lane right there. I mean, you're drawing a foul all day. Great take from Kylie.
So here's Kylie Blackston to the free throw line. She scored 8 points against UCF. 61% free throw shooter this season. Back iron. No good. Mountaineers 0 for 1 from the line. By the way, that foul by Logan McNeil puts Houston over the limits for the remainder of the first quarter. Desira Diawara, new entrant. Her first touch. Can't make it from the low block. Harrison to Watson. Great feed to Quinterly. She's fouled. I think they just got Brittany Anyajay with her second foul as well for the Cougars.
Yeah, completely late there trying to get to Quinterly. She just reads it perfectly, and they're going to overplay in passing lanes. We've seen Quinterly able to go behind that defense back door about 2-3 times this game. That's going to be there for her all game if they're going to overplay.
Quinterly makes the first of 2. She's number 5 in the Big 12 in free throw shooting, 83%. And she goes 2 for 2 there. Cougars still looking for their first basket. They trail 13-0 with 2 minutes to go in the opening period. Cougars are 0 for 13. Merchant runs into some trouble. Cougars somehow keep possession. This is Malia Johnson who gets it back to Kira Merchant. Big minutes here for the true freshman from Texas.
Yeah, and you can see West Virginia double-teaming Merchant every single time she touches the ball, just trying to make it difficult.
Deflection and a steal for the Mountaineers. 4th turnover by the Cougars.
Coach Huey was not excited when we asked him last night about what your half-court offense is going to look like if you can't get out in transition, and you're seeing the results of that right now.
Jordan Harrison to Jayla Hemingway. She traveled. That's also West Virginia's 4th turnover of the game.
I mean, right now, Houston, they can't even get to the rim strong enough to draw a foul right now, which is astonishing. I mean, you don't even have one free throw to put on the board.
Mountaineers continuing to press against Merchant, the true freshman. Quinterly picks her pocket. Fields with the putback attempt. She scores. That's a big ask of a true freshman to go up against a unanimous first-team All-Big 12 honoree, Quinterly.
Yeah, Merchant's going to learn here very quickly what it's like. Yep, and they're going to get her with the travel. They're making her extremely uncomfortable trying to bring the basketball up. And West Virginia knows it. They can smell blood in the water right now.
That's back-to-back turnovers near the timeline for the Cougars. Merchant exits. And it is a tough situation for Coach Huey because he's got 2 guards who have 2 personal fouls. Brittany Anyajay and Layla Blair, the team's leading scorer. Mountaineers potentially on the verge of quoting a Big 12 opponent scoreless in the opening period.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that has ever happen?
I don't know off the top of my head, Meg. That would be an interesting stat. Great crossover from Quinterly. Hemingway from 3. Misses everything. Easy rebound from Aaliyah Johnson. Bria Patterson now running the point. Full head of steam. Lost control of it. Shot clock is dark. West Virginia can hold for the last shot here. All West Virginia in this opening period, an impressive defensive display. Can the Mountaineers cap it with a bucket? Quinterly, what a take! Team high 6 points for JJQ, who's coming off her 1,000th point against UCF. Might have witnessed history. The Mountaineers have pitched a shutout in the first quarter, leading Houston 17-zip.
Can deliver over 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally, in towns large and small. From the heartland to the coast, our products are moving and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. We love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Mountaineer Nation, we need you to help us celebrate 50 years of WVU women's basketball.
Watson driving, spinning, scoring!
Through inside, Laxton goes up, off the glass and scores.
Hemingway to the cup, got it! Diggs, great spin move and the finish.
Willie strikes again for West Virginia.
Boy, what a big basket.
Get your tickets now and come cheer on the gold and blue. Let's go.
What an impressive first quarter from the West Virginia Mountaineers, leading Houston 17-0 and shutting out the Cougars through the first 10 minutes of this game. Mountaineers' very successful opening campaign under new head coach Mark Kellogg, entering this contest at number 27 in the NCAA net rankings. That's 4th best among Big 12 teams. Mountaineers went to the NCAA tournament last season, going 19-12 overall and winning 10 Big 12 games under Don Flitzowite. This is a squad that appears poised to make a run to the national tournament once again and looking very sharp here in the first half at home. Nick Farrell and Meg Bulger with you here on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Mountaineers get the opening possession of the second quarter. This is Lauren Fields, now J.J. Quinterly with 6 to shoot. Quinterly to Watson, who puts it up. Mountaineers very intentional, Meg, about continuing to get touches inside.
Yeah, they are. They've only taken 5 threes, and I think that Houston, I know that that's their MO. They want to get out in passing lanes. They kind of overplay, looking for steals out there in the perimeter. But I almost think you need to take a step back and protect the paint. Right now, West Virginia has 12 points, 12 of their 19 points in the paint.
This is Shalexis Alexander with a great baseline feed to Malia Johnson, and that's the first field goal for the Cougars. It's an and one for Johnson. Cougars were 0 for 13 to that point.
Yeah, that's a great read. Just a backdoor cut there on the baseline. Nice pass inside. Good finish. Get to the free throw line. We start to build on this now. And that is a huge sigh of relief, because I can tell you what, you could see the last 30 seconds of that first quarter. They just looked completely demoralized, trying to bring the ball up in the half court, even on their defense. And this will start to pick their defense up a little bit here, I think, as well.
Aaliyah Johnson completes the old school three-point play. And we did just confirm this, Meg. You asked about it during the break. That is the first time in school history that West Virginia has held an opponent scoreless in a period.
Wow. And that's impressive. I mean, like we said, not even a free throw, or just, you know, you get lucky with a layup here or there. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Confirm that with West Virginia Sports Information Director Chris Coombs. This is the 50th year of West Virginia women's basketball, and that has never happened.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
This is Shalexis Aaron inside. By the way, normally wears 35, is suited up in number 24. A 3-second violation on Shalexis Aaron is another turnover for the Cougars. That's their 8th.
And you can see with Houston, they get it inside. Too much standing. That's what the 3-second gets called. There's nowhere to go with the basketball when you're standing on the perimeter. West Virginia's too good defensively just to stand.
Mountaineers trying to go inside again. Good deflection by Diawara. Here's Aaron. Her pass is deflected. 9th Cougars turnover. 3-on-1. Quinterly to Hemingway. Got it to drop. That's 6 West Virginia scorers. All 5 starters have put it in the cup. And so has Hemingway, West Virginia's 6th woman, who, by the way, is making her 100th appearance at WVU tonight. 5'11", 5th year from Collierville, Tennessee. Layla Blair is back into the game. She sat most of the first quarter with 2 personal fouls.
Yeah, not surprised to see Blair back in the game. No sense in having her sit on the bench for another quarter. Just tell her you got to play smart defensively, but you have to have some offensive weapons in there, as Jayla Hemingway is going to draw the foul on Alexis Aaron.
And let's take nothing away from West Virginia's defensive performance in the first quarter, Meg, but it hurt Houston. You could tell it hurt Houston offensively to not have Blair out there, who's coming off a career-high 33 points against TCU and averages 17 a night.
Yeah, the offense completely runs through her. And that's what Coach Hughes said, he didn't love their half-court offense. He said I wouldn't write down exactly what he was saying. He didn't love their half-court offense, but when you have a player like Blair, you rely on that, and every player kind of gets the ball and looks, and you're looking for her immediately, so it was completely stagnant without her out there.
This is Nia Boyd running the points. Almost threw it away, deflected out of bounds by Hemingway. Mountaineers lead by 20 with 7:18 to go in the first half. Blair is fouled on a jump shot by Lauren Fields. That's her first person. So Blair will go to the free throw line. Free throw shooter in the Big 12 Conference among eligible players. Inside to Hemingway as a Cougar hits the deck. Jayla Hemingway has 6 points in the second quarter for West Virginia. Quick passing from the Cougars on this possession. Nia Boyd goes inside to Cameron Jones. Off the window. Jones has her first basket.
And Houston, they haven't had the opportunity to score and get into that pressure defense that they wanted to do, and you can see just then they score, but it's too late right now. 25-6, you're not willing to put that pressure up there right now and have West Virginia beat it.
Quinterly from downtown. Oh, Mountaineers nearly picked that one off. Instead, it's Blair to try to answer. Can't find Twine. Mountaineers pushing the tempo. Great feed from Hemingway to Kyle Watson. And a timeout taken by Houston head coach Ron Huey. It is all Mountaineers in this Big 12 matchup at the Coliseum. Hemingway to Watson to make it 30-6 West Virginia.
All inaudible. Because when I'm around beautiful garments, I'm not creating a look or a style. I'm telling a story. Where do I get my inspiration? A weekend spent with a lumberjack.
Big 12 Conference. Nick Barron here alongside Meg Volker. Meg, the story in this first half, West Virginia shutting out Houston in the opening quarter. That's the first time that West Virginia has shut an opponent out in an opening period. And maybe we're seeing how big the gap is for Houston, right? Making the jump from the AAC to the Big 12. Coach Huey told us when we spoke with him last night, it really has been a difficult transition to play in such a tough league where you're tested every night.
No, and he's exactly right. And he understands that. That's a nice take from Blair. She finishes with the right on the left side, but he understands that you can have a lot of talent, be athletic, and win by 20 in the American League and not face the same type of caliber of player. He said here, it's everyone is this stage and above. You're not going to have a night where you're just outplaying people and blowing them out by 20. And I think it's the first year, and they haven't had an easy slate since entering the Big 12. They've already faced Baylor, K-State, Texas Tech. I mean, it's been a challenge for them, and now to come to West Virginia on the road doesn't get any easier, but he's a tough coach, and the mentality that he has will fit the Big 12. It's just going to take some time.
Fun chatting with Coach Huey last night. We learned that he's close friends with former WVU associate head coach Chester Nichols from the Mike Carey days.
Yeah, I had Coach Nichols. I reached out to him last night, actually, after we talked with Coach Huey. He said, yep, that's my man.
And Coach Huey's team does get a 5 count as West Virginia tries to trigger from the baseline. That's the 7th turnover by the Mountaineers. Coach Huey, 10th season as the head coach of the Cougars, 132 career victories. He's had 3 winning seasons during his tenure. Last year, the Cougars, in their final year in the American Athletic Conference, went 15-16 overall. Offensive rebound for Houston, its 2nd of the game. Boyd has to get it up, 3 to shoot. Rejected by Fields, and it's a shot clock violation. 11 Houston turnovers.
Yeah, that's tough, and especially with the transfer portal now and coming from American to Big 12, that's going to take some time for him to kind of get adjusted. And he said, I only have 3 players right now that are completely used to my system and how I want to play defensively. And then you kind of enter in the transfer portal with players coming in, and then you want to teach them that system. Now you're in the Big 12, so you're looking for a different caliber of player to transfer in. Those are a lot of moving parts that are just going to take some time.
Right, Meg. You know, you may look at the roster and say Houston has 11 seniors and grad students, which is more than West Virginia has active players, right? But only roughly half of that roster played for Coach Huey last season. A lot of attrition, just like any team in the country at this level. Harrison has to get it up. Hemingway might have in time. Long and rebounded by the Cougars. West Virginia with just 9 active players as Tirzah Moore remains day-to-day with an injury. She's now missed 3 West Virginia games in a row. She's inactive tonight. 3-ball from Malia Johnson is strong. West Virginia leads comfortably, 30-8. As the second quarter begins to wind down, Blair has just picked up her 3rd foul. Here's a mid-court strike. It has been a difficult night for Houston's leading scorer.
Yeah, that's just, she knows it. That's just an unnecessary foul to wrap yourself up right there, that far away from the basket.
So Blair goes back to the bench. Meanwhile, Quinterly with the left can't get it to drop.
And you can even see Houston, they're getting some looks, but you can tell that I can just see it as a 3-point shooter. They're uncomfortable looks because they're having to get the shot off just a second quicker than I think they would like to. And that's another challenge and a difference from Big 12 play. Defenses are going to be there. They're longer. They have a hand there. You got to get your shot off a little bit quicker.
Long 2 is no good. Rebound by Diawara. Shot clock violation. A dozen turnovers by the Cougars. West Virginia gets the ball back. We've got more than 2.5 minutes without a field goal.
And still, with these defenses, we've seen 3 shot clock violations. So, I mean, these defenses are, as advertised, it's just West Virginia is able to do it in the half-court offense, and right now you have not seen Houston be able to really get into a system of really anything, especially not hitting shots doesn't help.
Mountaineers just gave it away for the 8th time. Things have definitely gotten choppy here in the waning portion of this second quarter. Brittany Anyajay goes inside to Diawara. She's doubled, and Kyla Blackston just ripped it away. Great feed to Tabby Diggs. And 1. Tough bucket from the TCU transfer, Tabby Diggs. She'll go to the line.
Some nice footwork underneath from Tabby Diggs. Good court awareness, understanding where she is when she catches the ball. Just plants her feet, goes up strong. I love that. I try to tell kids all the time, know where you are around the basket. Don't just fire it up there because you're there. Square yourself back up. It's exactly what she does, and she's able to have a potential three-point play because of it.
Second personal foul on Cameron Jones. Diggs can't get the free throw, but Harrison grabs the board. Quinterly for three. Another second chance for West Virginia. Laxton couldn't finish it. Boyd tried to run with it on a breakaway, and Quinterly took it right back. 14 Houston turnovers. Harrison with the trigger from deep. Front iron rebound, Cougars. Chance for another run out. Here's Brittany Anyajay. She lost it, but Quinterly fouled her from behind.
Get another look. Oh, that's tough. And Quinterly kind of pulled herself back from.
Yeah, I can't really tell from that angle.
It's a tough angle, though. It really is, because if you're the referee underneath the hoop like that and you see them from behind, it absolutely looks like there's contact.
Well, that sends Anyajay to the free throw line. She's 6 for 10 on the season. Averages about 7 points, 3 boards per game. Misses the first. Oh.
Yeah.
Unless she came down with her with that right hand on the swat.
Yeah, that's especially for, you want calls earlier when there actually was a lot of contact underneath and you don't call it. That's a weird call for a lot of no calls.
The Cougars are scoreless for the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds of this game. They've committed 5 turnovers in that same span. As West Virginia, the team that leads the nation in steals per game, is putting on a defensive clinic. Quinterly forces the issue and will go back to the free throw line. Change for Houston. Shalexis Aaron is back into the game. By the way, it was Anyajay's 3rd foul. Quinterly, top 5 in the Big 12 Conference in free throw shooting, misses that one. Second chance for Quinterly from the line is good. She's in double figures in the first half. Quinterly with a deflection. Last touched by her. Cougars will have 8 to get it across. 2 seconds came off the shot clock there. Boyd is able to draw a foul as she gets it across midcourt. That's Jordan Harrison's first personal. Nobody for West Virginia in foul trouble, even though the Mountaineers are 1 foul away from the limit. Meanwhile, the Cougars have a couple of players with 3 fouls, Anyajay and Blair. Cougars looking at a 4-minute scoring drought. Boyd won't do it there. Mountaineers get possession back in the final minute of the half. Jordan Harrison goes inside to Diggs. Diawara chases back to the key, and Diggs finishes over her. 4 second quarter points from Tabby Diggs, the 6'1" 50-year. Quinterly, another deflection in the backcourt. That time on an inbound pass. It'll stay with the Cougars here. Mountaineers with a real opportunity to hold a Big 12 opponent to single digits if they can get 1 more stop. Deflected by Diggs. What a block. About a 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. See what the Mountaineers choose to do here on what could be their final offensive possession of the half. Quinterly running the offense for WVU. Here she goes. Quinterly can't get it to drop. Boyd pushing the pace. 5 seconds left in the corner. Patterson, long. Can Fields get one up? Well, short, but that'll do it. An impressive first half for the Mountaineers. They held Houston scoreless in the first quarter. They hold the Cougars to just 8 first-half points as Houston ends the second quarter on a 5-minute scoring drought.